with countries. Major ports, PSUs, and authorities of my ministry have signed more than 400 MOUs for investment, and compendium of around 400 investable projects have also been identified. I am also glad to inform that the summit is one of the biggest virtual summits in the world, with the participation of more than 1.7 lakhs registered participants from more than 100 nations. In these 3-day summits, we will have ministers from 8 nations, 50 plus global CEOs, and 160 plus speakers, which includes 115 international speakers from 24 nations. I am happy to inform you that Honorable Prime Minister is to launch Maritime India Vision 2030 today, which is prepared after 1-year-long extensive process. 14 specific subject groups were formed, comprising of senior government officials, CEOs, and other stakeholders to study all global best practices and global benchmarks. We have personally connected with 350 plus stakeholders through virtual roadshows, conference, and conduct more than 250 brainstorming sessions and identified several initiatives. Maritime India Vision 2030 is aiming to make the Indian maritime industries at par with top global benchmark in next 10 years. A subsidy scheme has been announced in the Union Budget 2021-22 for Indian shipping companies to encourage more merchant ships with Indian flags. These initiatives will enhance training and greater employment opportunity for Indian seafarers. India has enacted Recycling of Ship Act 2019 and acceded to the Hong Kong International Convention. India aspires to grab at least 50% of the global ship recycling business. The capacity of recycling shipyards would be double from 4.5 million LDT by 2024. By engaging and investing in Chabhar, India has taken a bold step of negating the geographical constraint on India's immediate west and is leading the regional cooperation and joint efforts to support landlocked Afghanistan and other CIS countries. A dedicated session on Chabhar is being organized on day 3 of MIS 2021 to discuss various aspects of the project development and the way forward. I would like to assure all stakeholders in the sectors and investors from across the globe that Government of India is all geared up for facilitating and grounding the investment in the maritime sector and to play our role in the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Shri Mansukh Mandviya ji. Today we are deeply honored to be joined by the esteemed foreign dignitaries. May I now invite Mr. Benny Engelbrecht, Honorable Minister of Transport, Denmark, to kindly offer his remarks.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you for the invitation, and a special thank you to Prime Minister Modi and Minister Mandviya. It is a great honor to be here today at this impressive virtual event. Denmark and India have strengthened the bilateral relations in the recent years, also concerning maritime affairs. And therefore, I am very pleased to announce that Denmark is joining the Maritime India Summit today as a partner country. This testifies to the value and importance of our relationship. The Danish government has set an ambitious goal to reduce our CO2 emissions with 70% by 2030 and to become climate neutral before the year 2050. This goal is guiding our effort at national level as well as our international activities and bilateral relations, and we have launched several initiatives. This includes the Industry Green Future Fund with a total capacity of 3.3 billion euros to develop innovative green solutions. I know that the esteemed Prime Minister Modi and the Indian government is also deeply committed to the green agenda, and in 2020, our two Prime Ministers agreed on a green strategic partnership between Denmark and India. To me, the green strategic partnership between Denmark and India is a great example of how international collaboration can help accelerate the green transformation of our two countries, and I look forward to further strengthening our bilateral ties and cooperation in the context of this important partnership. In the maritime domain, Denmark is working closely together with the Ministry of Ports and Waterways on a number of important issues, including shipping, maritime digitalization, and maritime safety. Green safety shipping is and will be a priority for both our countries, considering the urgent need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from ships. Global shipping accounts for 2 to 3% of the global CO2 emissions, and collaboration at IO and bilateral is needed to achieve zero emission shipping. In this context, Denmark has also facilitated the launch of the Getting to Zero Coalition initiative for decarbonization of shipping. Denmark is home to many industrial leaders supplying energetics and green solutions to global markets, and there is a huge potential for further strengthening the commercial relations and trade between Denmark and India. Danish companies have ambitious plans to accelerate the transition to carbon neutral shipping with zero emissions with operations by 2050. I know that Danish companies are already working together with Indian partners on supplying maritime equipment, on ship design, and on shipbuilding projects. I'm certain that Denmark's expertise in key areas such as offshore wind and power-to-X technology, where clean energy is converted to liquid fuel for trucks, ships, and planes, can also be part of great value with India in the next years to come. Another example is green ferries. Last year in 2020, the Danish e-ferry named Ellen started operations and ferries between Denmark and Sweden in retrofitted so that they can combine diesel and battery power to reduce emissions. And this year, a new electric ferry will start operating between Danish Spirit and the island. By combining Danish maritime expertise and experiences with India's expertise and industrial capability, we can develop global projects to innovative solutions that create green jobs and sustainable growth and reduce global emissions. I sincerely hope that the many presentations and discussions will result in new partnerships and joint initiatives that will help accelerate global competitiveness and green transformation of the maritime sector in our countries. I am happy to note that the Danish Maritime Authority and Danish maritime companies and stakeholders are participating at the event to discuss maritime issues and to identify areas of cooperation. Again, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of the opening of Maritime Asia Summit. I look forward to continuing and further developing the cooperation between our nations.
Thank you, sir. Today, on this historic occasion, we will witness launch
maritime sector facilitates over 95% of India's EXIM trade and is a key employment generator for the nation. Recognizing the pivotal importance of the sector, Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, under the able guidance and leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, has embarked on a path-breaking journey named Maritime India Vision 2030 to reform and transform ports, shipping and waterways of India and energize them up as we sail towards Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Whenever ports are more efficient, it contributes to India being Atmanirbhar and a global hub for trade as well as logistics.
The Maritime India Vision 2030 identifies 5 key areas to propel India's growth into the next decade. The government has planned several initiatives to create world-class port infrastructure, which will reduce logistics costs and benefit MSME and manufacturing sector in the country and drive realization of both Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India for the world. Government has identified 39 berths which would be operated on PPP basis. Maritime India Vision plans to implement several digital initiatives which will increase operational efficiency and benefit stakeholders across shipping, trade and logistics. A landmark reform was the passing of the Major Port Authorities Act 2021, aimed at giving impetus to operational efficiency for major ports. MIV 2030 will deliver tangible benefits to the logistics, manufacturing and agricultural stakeholders. 5 key pillars of India's shipping reforms would not only pin India at the top of the global marine map, but also boost local manufacturing, recycling, tourism, creating millions of job opportunities. The vision seeks to significantly increase Indian tonnage on Indian-built and Indian-flagged vessels. Most Indian shipping breaking yards today are Hong Kong Convention compliant, and the government is committed towards doubling the capacity and making India the #1 destination for shipbreaking globally. Cruise traffic in the country has risen 5 times, driven by timely and visionary policy-level interventions in the sector. Vision lays out multiple initiatives for India to be the preferred global destination for maritime education, research and training. The Maritime India Vision 2030 offers to take multiple steps in augmenting navigational capacity, seeking private partnership, and all-inclusive and sustainable development for freight passenger and tourism network for our national waterways. In addition to cargo, river cruise tourism will be provided support and impetus. The development of water aerodromes and the provision of seaplane service for the benefit of passengers and tourists is being jointly undertaken by Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways of the Government of India. Vision 2030 also provides a roadmap for a comprehensive development and promotion of urban water transport system across major urban centers, which will provide a safe, low-cost mode of transport for citizens. Maritime India Vision 2030 takes Indian maritime sector to world-class levels, generating more than 3 lakh crores of investment, more than 20 lakh jobs, and will provide an unparalleled platform for our port-dependent MSME and local farmers to export their products by gaining access to national and international markets. Led by a visionary leader and followed by a nation, the vision is all set to lead us to an unprecedented phase of development and prosperity.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir. We now request the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, India, Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy ji, to kindly share his views with us.
Esteemed Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Shri Manshukh Mandavia ji, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Union Minister for Petroleum and Steel, Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Vijay Rupani ji, Minister of Transport, Denmark, Mr. Benny Engelbrecht, Group Chairman and CEO DP World, Mr. Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem ji, dignitaries from India and abroad, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I am confident that India could achieve global significance in the world maritime landscape under the able and inspiring leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. India in general and the coastal states in particular have unlocked the true potential of the port economy as a driver for industrial growth. And I believe the Maritime India Summit 2020-21 will stand as a remarkable milestone in this illustrious journey. Today, 95% of India's trading by volume and 70% by value is through maritime transport. Indian ports handled approximately 1.2 billion metric tons of cargo traffic in the year 2019-20. And much required policy reforms like 100% FDI, Make in India, Sagar Mala and Bharat Mala have been introduced to ensure exponential growth in the sector. I'm sure that Maritime India Vision 2020-30 document would certainly stand as a testament to the government's commitment in this regard. Sir, I believe that the importance of blue economy in a nation's growth story extends much beyond the maritime trade and the export-import statistics. The true value of blue economy is unlocked only when all the allied sectors which are directly and indirectly dependent on the oceans, such as aquaculture, maritime and coastal tourism, chemical and biotechnological exploration, shipbuilding and other port-related industries also mature enough to provide sustainable employment and growth opportunities. The draft of the first ever national fishing policy released by the Government of India in September 2020 is an example of several such solid steps taken in this direction. Honorable Prime Minister, Sir, drawing inspiration from your focused agenda to take India's maritime economy to the next level, Andhra Pradesh state government has taken up a lot of transformative steps to leverage its coastal line of 974 kilometers, which is the second longest in India and the longest on the eastern coast of the country, sir. Today I am proud to say that Andhra Pradesh is ranked number 1 in the country in Ease of Doing Business Rankings 2020-20 released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. See, one of the factors, sir, that contributed to this achievement is the state government's consistent efforts in developing port infrastructure, support ecosystem, and encouraging port-led industrialization. Andhra Pradesh has one major port in Visakhapatnam, sir, 5 functional state ports, and 10 other notified state ports with world-class facilities that handle more than 170 million tons of cargo per annum, second only to Gujarat. Andhra Pradesh state shares 4% of the total Indian exports, and we aim to reach 10% share by 2020-30, sir. In recent times, several industrial nodes have come up in the state with ports as the focal point for development to further unlock the potential offered by the long coastline of AP. The government of Andhra Pradesh has undertaken development of 3 greenfield ports at Ramayapatnam, Machilipatnam and Bhavanpadu on an innovative model that mitigates all risks associated with the greenfield port development, thereby making the port operation a risk-free proposition for the private sector, ranging from manufacturing, petrochemicals, food processing, pharmaceuticals, etc., which are port-dependent. The state government, with the support of the Government of India, while promoting skilling by establishing an aqua university has also undertaken the development of 8 fishing harbors, establishment of testing labs and cold chain facilities to provide better ecosystem for the aquaculture, thereby increasing the share of aqua-related cargo from the ports. All such well-calibrated interventions are designed to promote port-based industries and develop new economic cities driven by the ports all along the coastline of Andhra Pradesh. Lastly, sir, I would like to extend my invitation to the representatives from various companies from India and abroad attending this summit through the Government of India to invest in Andhra Pradesh, and I assure you the best environment for your operations and the fullest support in making your endeavor a successful one. I would like to conclude my speech by once again congratulating the Honorable Prime Minister for his vision behind organizing this spectacular summit with such large number of luminaries from across the world, sharing their ideas and experiences, and thus paving a progressive path for the future of Indian maritime economy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, Andhra Pradesh. Sagar Manthan, the Mercantile Maritime Domain Awareness Center, MMDAC, is an information system for enhancing maritime safety, search and rescue capabilities, security and marine environment protection in Indian Ocean region. Working towards clean seas and coastline, MMDAC is also dedicated towards India's commitment to Swachh Bharat. May I request the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to kindly launch Sagar Manthan Mercantile Maritime Domain Awareness Center, MMDAC.
Indian shipping is on the path of remarkable growth. Shipping has inherent challenges requiring constant vigil for ensuring safety and security of life at sea, environment protection and emergency response. An effective maritime domain awareness requires continuous flow of information of the vessel, wind speed, wave heights and bathymetric information. Vision of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi for global safety, security and growth for all in the region, and using his 10-point agenda for disaster risk reduction led to the setting up of the Mercantile Maritime Domain Awareness Center, MMDAC, called Sagar Manthan. The center is a first of its kind setup using satellite technology and imagery, radio technology, electronic navigational charts, meteorological and oceanic data, and information technology to generate maritime domain awareness for keeping our ships safe, secure, and our marine environment clean. It envisages receiving digital information regarding oceanic data, surface weather information, and identification and location information of ships to overlay on electronic navigational charts to provide complete maritime domain awareness. MMDAC consists of LRIT, which receives information about location of Indian ship anywhere in the world and foreign ships within 1,000 nautical miles of coastline. DG-COM Center, which coordinates the communication and response of emergencies, and Maritime Communication System, which establishes satellite and radio communication with ships. Sagar Manthan will provide assistance to fishermen in case of distress, act on seafarers' needs 24/7, help exempt trade by ensuring safe and timely movement of ships and cargo, and organize immediate help in case of emergencies to prevent pollution and loss of life. With Sri Lanka and Maldives already participating in the initiative, India is inviting maritime nations in the Indian Ocean to avail the facility to enhance maritime safety, security, and environmental protection in the region.
Thank you, sir. I now request the Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Vijay Rupani ji, to kindly speak on the occasion.
Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi, Indian Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways Sri Mansukh Mandavia, Union Minister Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh Sri Jagmohan Reddy ji, Minister of Transport Denmark Mr. Benny Engelbrecht, Group Chairman and CEO DP World Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, and experts from maritime and shipping and ports. I, on behalf of Gujarat and its people, welcome you to the Maritime India 2021 Summit. The program has been organized with an objective to encourage investment and give the Indian maritime sector a collective form. It is the need of to develop the maritime sector and connect it to the global economy for realizing the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I am confident that the entire maritime sector of India will reap benefits of this program and further propel the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat as envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister. The Union government under Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi has taken a number of initiatives to make the maritime sector globally competitive. The results of such initiatives are being realized through the second Maritime India Summit. This summit will not only benefit Gujarat, but also benefit various states of India situated on coastal line. The success of such programs will not only promote development of maritime sector, but also create a wave of prosperity for people living on the coastal line. India was named the Golden Bird in ancient history, and our maritime sector contributed a lot to India's glory. Lothal in Gujarat is India's oldest port, with a history as old as 5,000 years. It is a fine example of the development of growth of maritime sector. Lothal, Ghoga, Bharuch and Surat of Gujarat were leaders in sea and maritime trade years ago. Trade happens with countries like Sri Lanka, Java, Sumatra, Burma, Indonesia and Middle East for spices, wood and many other precious products through these ports. Gujarat has India's longest coastal line of 1600 kilometers. Honorable Prime Minister, during as the Chief Minister of the Gujarat, gave us a blueprint to revive and develop this naturally gifted coastal line through a port-led development. Today we are working in this direction to further leverage this geographical advantage. Development of our maritime sector will provide benefits to various port-led industries and those associated with maritime sector. I am happy to share with you all that Gujarat leads India in handling the maximum cargo. This has been made possible through our collective efforts to promote maritime sector. Gujarat contributes 40% to India's total capacity of cargo handling with 48 non-major and 1 major port. Gujarat has become a global gateway of India for countries of Southeast Asia and states of Western India. This has also boosted the state's FDI through shipping and movements of goods and import-export. Bhavnagar in Gujarat is on its way to become the world's first CNG terminal with an investment of rupees 1900 crores. Along in Bhavnagar district, as a result of visionary Prime Minister, Gujarat Maritime University was established to increase skill development in the maritime sector. It is matter of pride for us that today this university has become world famous. Professional courses like LLM and MBA have started in this university. Gujarat Maritime University has a strategic partnership with STC International and Iran's University of Netherlands and Copenhagen Business School of Denmark. With these efforts, Gujarat will soon emerge as a state providing skilled human resourcing in the maritime sector nationally and globally. Gujarat has been one of the leading states in the maritime sector. To improve ease of doing business and to provide maritime services. At one place, there was a need to develop a maritime cluster in the state. I am very happy to share that Gujarat has fulfilled this need and now has set up a world-class maritime cluster. This maritime cluster will be fully operational in a few days. I am thankful to the Government of India for inviting me to this summit and providing me an opportunity to represent Gujarat. It is my pleasure to announce that Gujarat Maritime Board has received investment international of more than 80,000 crores. Together with Din Dayal Port Trust, Gujarat has achieved investment intention of more than 1.50 lakhs crores in the maritime sector. I am here to assure that Gujarat is ready to cooperate with all the status. Together, we have to make India once again Vishwaguru, and I am sure that we will definitely succeed in doing so. I believe that this summit will provide a new direction and new vision to maritime sector. Through this summit, we shall take our maritime sector to the new heights of success. Thank you. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, Gujarat. This historic Maritime India Summit with the record participation will unfold huge potential of investment opportunities, skilling and generating employment in the maritime sector. We now request the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to kindly inaugurate the Maritime Summit 2021 virtual conference and exhibition.
Second edition of Maritime India Summit 2021, inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. The Maritime India Summit will bring together dignitaries, business community and Indian diaspora to create a common platform to discuss, deliberate and create collaborations in the maritime sector and making Atmanirbhar Bharat. After the curtain raiser for the launch of the summit website, a series of interactions were held with ambassadors of Eastern countries and Western countries, resulting in an overwhelming response with registration of more than 150,000 visitors. The summit comprises of inaugural session, 13 business sessions with speakers from over 22 countries participating to focus on range of topics like developing world-class ports, shipbuilding, ship repair and ship recycling, building port cities and maritime clusters, promoting cargo and passenger movement, seaplanes tourism, skilling in maritime sector, seafarers, latest trends in shipping, future post-pandemic, ease of doing business, coastal shipping, hinterland connectivity and multimodal logistics, green and sustainable maritime sector, bulk cargo transportation with focus on liquid cargo, and maritime financing and insurance. Maritime states will showcase their strength at the summit by individual investment sessions. The ministers of the participating countries will come together to enhance bilateral cooperation. An exclusive CEO forum with top 50 CEOs across the globe will interact with the Honorable Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Government of India. Exhibition with dedicated pavilions and booths showcasing the best and most innovative products and technologies. B2B and G2B meetings to foster interaction between stakeholders. Special session on Chabahar on March the 4th, 2021 to further enhance trade opportunities between INSTC countries. 427 MOUs have been signed with investors worth around $35 billion by 17 ports, agencies and authorities. A list of 400 projects have been compiled for attracting investment of around $31 billion across 11 subsectors. The summit will provide an excellent forum for exchange of ideas and networking during the 3 days.
Thank you, sir. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, India has already stepped up from new normal to new future. And this joint endeavor for sustainable globalization again proves his strong belief in the old Indian ethos of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, which means may all see goodness and auspiciousness. May I request the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to kindly address the forum.
Namaskar. My minister colleague, Sri Mansukh Mandaviya, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, Chief Ministers of various states, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear friends, I welcome you all to the Maritime India Summit 2021. That summit brings together many stakeholders relating to this sector. I am sure together we will achieve great success in boosting the maritime economy. Friends, India is a natural leader in this sector. Our nation has a rich maritime history. Civilizations flourished on our coasts. For thousands of years, our ports have been important trading centers. Our coasts connected India to the world. Friends, through this Maritime India Summit, I want to invite the world to come to India and be a part of our growth trajectory. India is very sincere about growing in the maritime sector and emerging as a leading blue economy of the world. Our leading focus area includes upgrade current infrastructure, create next generation infrastructure, boost the reform journey. Through these steps, we aim to give strength to our vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Friends, when I talk about upgrading current infrastructure, I give great importance to improving efficiency. Instead of a piecemeal approach, we focus on the entire sector as one. And the results of this are visible. The capacity of major ports, which was around 870 million tons per annum in 2014, has increased to around 1,550 million tons per annum now. This productivity gain cargo. We are also investing heavily in development of storage facilities at the port and plug-and-play infrastructure for attracting industries to port land. The ports will promote waste to wealth through sustainable dredging and domestic recycling. We will encourage private investment in the port sectors. Friends, along with efficiency, lot of work is also happening to boost connectivity. We are integrating our ports with coastal economic zones, port-based smart cities, and industrial parks. This will anchor industrial investment and promote global manufacturing activity near ports. Friends, as far as creating new infrastructure goes, I am delighted to share that mega ports with world-class infrastructure are being developed at Vadhavan, Paradip, and Din Dayal Port in Kandla. Ours is a government that is investing in waterways in a way that was never seen before. Domestic waterways are found to be cost-effective and environment-friendly way of transporting freight. We aim to operationalize 23 waterways by 2030. We would do this through infrastructure enhancement, fairway development, navigation aids, and river information system provisioning. The Eastern Waterways Connectivity Transport Grid for regional connectivity with Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar will be strengthened to effective regional trade cooperation. Friends, new maritime infrastructure is a great means to boost ease of living. RoRo and RoPax projects are also significant elements of our vision of harnessing our rivers. Water drones at 16 locations are being developed to enable seaplane operations. River cruise terminal infrastructure and jetties are being developed on 5 national waterways. Friends, we aim at domestic and international cruise terminal development at selected ports through infrastructure development and enhancement by 2023. India has as many as 189 lighthouses across this vast coastline. We have drawn up a program for developing tourism in the land next to 78 lighthouses. The key objective of this initiative is to enhance development of the existing lighthouses and its surrounding areas into unique maritime tourism landmarks. Steps are also being taken to introduce urban water transport system in key states and cities such as Kochi, Mumbai, Gujarat, and Goa. Friends, like all other sectors, we are ensuring that work relating to maritime does not happen in silos. We recently made the ambit wider by renaming Ministry of Shipping and Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. The ministry will strive for excellence in maritime shipping and navigation, education and training for the mercantile marine, shipbuilding and ship repair industry, ship breakings, fishing vessels industry, and floating craft industry. Friends, the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways has created a list of 400 investable projects. These projects have an investment potential of $31 billion or rupees 2.25 lakh crores. This will further strengthen our commitment of overall development of our maritime sector. Friends, the Maritime India Vision 2030 has been launched. It outlines the priorities of the government. The Sagar Manthan Mercantile Marine Domain Awareness Center has also been launched today. It is an information system for enhancing maritime safety, search and rescue capabilities, security and marine environment protection. The Sagarmala project for promoting port-led development was announced by the government in 2016. As part of the program, more than 574 projects at a cost of $82 billion or 6 lakh crores have been identified for implementation during 2015 to 2035. Friends, the government of India is also focusing on the domestic shipbuilding and ship repair market. To encourage domestic shipbuilding, we approve the shipbuilding financial assistance policy for Indian shipyards. Ship repair clusters will be developed along both coasts by 2022. Domestic ship recycling industry will also be promoted to create wealth from waste. India has enacted Recycling of Ships Act 2019 and agreed to the Hong Kong International Convention. Friends, we want to share our best practices with the world, and we are open to learning from global best practices. Continuing with our focus on trade and economic linkage with the BIMSTEC and IOR nations, India plans to enhance investment in infrastructure and facilitate mutual agreements by 2026. Government of India has also initiated holistic development of island infrastructure and ecosystem. We are keen to promote the use of renewable sources of energy in the maritime sector. We are in the process of installing solar and wind-based power system at all the major ports across the country. We aim to increase usage of renewable energy to more than 60% of total energy by 2030 in 3 phases across Indian ports. Friends, India's long coastline awaits you. India's hard-working people await you. Invest in our ports. Invest in our people. Let India be your preferred trade destination. Let India ports be your port of call for trade and commerce. My best wishes to the summit. May the discussions be extensive and productive. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister, sir, for your inspiring words. Thank you for gracing the occasion, sir.
सुन रहे थे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को